But why did I decide to do this alone and move away from the 9-to-5 job? You see, I feel like I've always had it in me. This kind of challenge and want to put myself outside of my comfort zone. Did I know how to run a business when I first started? Absolutely not. I guess I dabbled in freelancing before, so for my 9-to-5 job I did a little bit of client work on the side. But this is a whole different beast. This is responsibilities, liabilities, realising you've got to actually work each month to pay the bills and move forward and grow and take things to the next level. I'd say that one of the best things I did was just consume a lot of books, listen to a lot of podcasts, and just really understand what it takes to run a business. So not just the practicalities of the business itself, but the mentality it takes. And I spent about 6 months before I actually committed to quitting my job and starting the business to actually understand what it would take. I think some of that content I consumed at the time, such as books like Start Now, Get Perfect Later, really helped me get into that headspace of what it would take to get into the next level. But also that I don't actually have to be perfect when I do that in the first place, which was really key, because I think sometimes we think we have to be in the perfect business position to do that, but I think it's really important that you'll never be perfect. You'll just be able to keep learning as you go along, and actually just starting is the best way to learn anyway. When you're a business owner, there's just a wealth of opportunities that can come your way. You're able to network with new people, build a personal brand, and potentially work with businesses you've always dreamed of working with. You're no longer allocated a client, you get to choose who you work for, and you get to decide who you work for, whether that be personality or brand. And you can work with them to build something great together for now and for the future. In my previous digital agency jobs, I tended just to work with big global clients. However, when you have the choice of who you can work for, you can choose to work for businesses where you feel like you can make a difference for them, for you, and also to help them build something that maybe they could never have dreamed of without support of people around them. That impact, both digitally and emotionally, is heightened massively by having that ability to be able to do that. When you get that email or review online stating that they're just really happy with your work, to be honest, that's kind of why you do this and why you feel like you want to go out and work by yourself, because you know that you've been personally part of that difference moving forward. But I'd say the third and almost most important part, and the best element in a way, is the freedom that working for yourself gives you. Now, I'm not meaning just hanging around in Bali, being able to work when you want, enjoying the sun. But I mean the kind of deeper meaning of freedom and that ability to be able to follow your passions and do what you feel like you can do best. Of course, it's important that a lot of this makes you money, as you've got to all pay the bills, right? But the crucial thing is sometimes the money becomes almost weirdly lesser priority, which probably sounds a little bit strange. But what I mean by that is that you're able to follow your passions and your passionate pursuits and build those things with the people around you, so that really the money will come based on potential for the success of doing something that you enjoy doing. You've got business, but then you've also got your passionate hobbies. So this YouTube channel probably wouldn't have been possible for me to create if I had a 9-to-5 job, because I just wouldn't have the time with having to balance work and social life and everything that comes with the day-to-day and week-to-week that we have. And sometimes it's just the little things like going for a spontaneous meeting at 11 a.m. on a Friday. You have that ability to be able to do the things that you can't normally do with a standard job. So for me, a lot of what I feel like I need to do is work on my prioritization. I think it's really easy to get excited about all the things you can do, but I've probably got to a point where my fingers are in too many pies. So one of my personal outcomes of actually creating this video is to sit down over the next couple of weeks or so and create a bit of a plan of action that's tailored to where I want to go and not get distracted by all the noise that's out there. With this, I'm hoping that this structure will allow me to zone in and focus on the things that are most important. Yes, 100%. Yeah, it's definitely something that seems scary, but you don't have to be at the perfect point, which to be honest doesn't really exist to start off with. Find something that you feel like you put work into and just go for it, because you just never know what can happen. Thanks for listening to something a little bit different this week. Like I always say, it's okay sometimes to be a little bit silly.